A federal judge has ordered the release of a mother of two small children who has been jailed in ICE custody for several weeks.
The 25-year-old woman is from El Salvador. She was arrested by immigration enforcement officers on her way to work last month. And Fox 9's Paul Blume is following this case. Paul, she is currently nursing a child, and that makes this case just a little bit unusual.
It sure does, Kelsey. We have learned historically the government has not separated a breastfeeding mother from her children during immigration proceedings. The woman's name behind me here, Antonia Aguilar Maldonado. Today, her East Metro church community packed the courtroom gallery to support her fight for freedom, exploding into a standing ovation right after the judge ordered Aguilar Maldonado's release.
It's just amazing what God can do to get her out where it was not a possibility.
There was pure relief and joy from friends and supporters of Antonia Aguilar Maldonado at the U.S. District Courthouse in St. Paul. The Lake Elmo mother of two young kids has been in ICE custody since her July 17th arrest. Aguilar Maldonado, who has no criminal record, arrived in this country from El Salvador as an unaccompanied minor in 2016. According to filings in her case, the government initiated deportation proceedings against her. For, among other reasons, she missed a hearing in her bid for asylum several years ago. Late last month, an immigration judge ordered her release from custody on a $10,000 bond, but the Department of Homeland Security appealed the ruling, leaving her behind bars as the case played out. On Tuesday, though, a senior U.S. District Court judge stepped in, issuing a preliminary injunction, clearing the way for her to get out of jail as she continues her immigration fight to remain in the United States.
She should be released tomorrow, ideally. That's sort of in the hands of ICE, but as long as everything goes according to the judge's order, she'll be out and back with her children tomorrow.
She's just an amazing person, doesn't deserve to be in jail. She's not a criminal.
Does it anger you what this government did to her over these last few weeks?
It does, yeah. Just taking her away and from her kids out of nowhere, going to work, getting stopped by someone that didn't have the right to take her. Yes, it does.
And guys, that was one of her church friends. One neat story about the church here. They raised her $10,000 bond to get her out. They had it all set. They thought that she was going to get out through the immigration court process. But once that appeal started, then she was forced to remain in custody up until today. We expect her, as our attorney just said there, out sometime tomorrow.
Okay.
So, just so it's clear to our viewers, she is on a path. She and her lawyers are fighting that she is clearly on a path to remain in this country legally.
She is fighting it. We don't know exact details. We know she arrived at the border almost a decade ago as an unaccompanied minor. She didn't have the proper paperwork at that point, but she was on the asylum track, got off that track. She now has American citizen children, right? The children were born here. So they feel they have a fight to keep her here. No guarantees here. This is not a black and white case, but right now the argument was, and the judge agreed, that by releasing her to at least nurse her children, to take care of her children right now, it's not going to change anything. She's not a public safety threat. It's been deemed she's not a flight risk. Let her go home. So that's going to happen now. But no, this immigration fight continues. In fact, she's right back in immigration court on Thursday. So
I was going to ask about that because she gets released on bond, but there could be so many more court hearings still before this is resolved.
And these processes take absolute years. And I do want to mention her husband was arrested at the same time. He has since been deported back to El Salvador. Okay. So that family dynamic is still being worked out. But she apparently wants to stay. She wants to fight it. So she's here. And like I said, she should be out tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Paul, for that update.